A group of Russian soldiers were spotted near Marinka in the Donetsk region, moving toward concealed positions inside ruined houses. Once identified, their location was targeted by the Ukrainian 414th Unmanned Attack Aviation Brigade, which launched FPV drones against them. Here comes the first precision strikes. With the first strike, one of the three soldiers was neutralized. Another rushed into an underground shelter they had prepared, but the drone struck again. In the end, they were left completely defenseless. A high-explosive drone strike destroyed the underground position as well. The last Russian soldier, hiding inside the house in panic and fear, was struck by a third drone. In the end, not a single member of the assault group remained active. Once again, a Russian soldier is seen moving aimlessly, isolated in the open field. On the front lines, Russian troops are either retreating from combat or left stranded in a desperate situation. The soldier looked around for a while, searching for any shelter. Unaware of being monitored from above, he was already in the sights of an FPV drone operator who had launched a drone, closing in on his position. The Russian soldier concealed himself among dense bushes, forcing the FPV drone pilot to search carefully for his position. As rain began to fall, time was running short. The advancing drone eventually located the soldier, who was lying under a bush, attempting to remain hidden. At that moment, the drone made its strike, leaving no opportunity for escape. A group of Russian soldiers advanced toward Ukrainian trenches, only to find them already abandoned. As they searched the area for opposing troops, they remained unaware that they had entered a trap. Soon, Ukrainian FPV drones carried out a precise strike. One soldier taking cover under a tree was quickly targeted by the drone, while another inside the trench was neutralized by the strike. This operation demonstrates how Ukrainian forces use drones to control the battlefield, turning even seemingly empty positions into decisive ambushes. A few Russian soldiers taking cover among the trees to rest were detected by the 3rd Assault Brigade. A drone launched a strike directly on their position. One of the soldiers moved from the trees and quickly sought cover in a nearby barrack. However, another drone strike followed, targeting the very shelter he had attempted to use for protection. The other soldier, unable to move from his position, was struck again by a drone-deployed munition before he could retreat further. Both Russian soldiers were unable to escape and were ultimately neutralized by the drone strikes. 2 Russian soldiers were spotted setting up new positions in a wooded area near Totsk. They were monitored by drones for a period, unaware that their movements were being tracked. Once their coordinates were precisely calculated, Ukrainian forces launched a mortar strike on the position. The blast from the mortar round immediately disabled one soldier. The other took cover behind the trees, but Ukrainian forces remained determined to target him as well. An FPV drone was then deployed, moving swiftly to strike the remaining soldier. Here, a Ukrainian FPV drone pilot uses a fiber-optic drone to target a Russian position where soldiers are concealed, carrying out the strike within seconds. Here's another house where Russian soldiers are taking shelter. At first glance, it may seem empty, but a drone loaded with explosives has already been launched. The soldiers hastily attempted to block the windows, but it was not enough to withstand the drone attack. The FPV drone closed in on its target, striking through the window. With a powerful blast, the house was reduced to rubble. After the first strike, movement was seen inside the house as Russian soldiers reacted in panic to the sudden attack. They faced a choice: remain inside or attempt escape. One soldier managed to flee, while others stayed within. A second drone was launched, moving in for another strike. The final drone impact hit the house, leaving only one soldier who managed to survive. Throughout the month, Ukrainian forces have continued operations in the Andrevka region, persistently targeting and pushing back Russian troops in the area. Shortly after, another enemy fighter was seen walking along a well-worn trail. Realizing he was being watched, the soldier jumped into the grass in an effort to hide. The FPV drone adjusted its flight path with precision, maneuvering carefully before executing the strike. The hit was direct, leaving no possibility for the soldier to continue. During another patrol, an FPV drone detected a Russian soldier lying exposed in the middle of a field. He appeared to be asleep, completely unaware of the danger overhead. The operators seized the opportunity and launched the strike without hesitation. The explosion left no chance for survival, ensuring the soldier would not return to the fight. Russian forces attempted to ambush Ukrainian units with FPV drone traps along the roads. However, Ukrainian forces, already familiar with this tactic, systematically eliminated the Russian drones one by one. Interestingly, this was a strategy first employed by Ukraine, but Russian troops tried to turn it against them, ultimately without success. Ukrainian forces now have the capacity to produce their own drones, enabling them to deploy larger numbers on the front lines. With more drones in action, they are able to conduct increasingly frequent and active operations against enemy positions. Fighters of the Black Forest Brigade detected a Russian self-propelled Buk M2 medium-range multifunctional SAM system and successfully adjusted their fire onto the target. The Buk M2 is a Russian medium-range self-propelled surface-to-air missile system designed to engage aircraft, helicopters, and cruise missiles. Ukrainian soldiers of the 4th Operational Brigade Rubish secured a village in the Paykovsk direction. Ukrainian forces once again targeted a Russian oil refinery using drones. Russian officials reported a minor fire at the Gazprom Neftchem Salavat petrochemical plant, caused by debris from downed Ukrainian UAVs. In the Bryansk direction, Ukrainian fiber-optic FPV drones from the Panama unit of the 1st Special Purpose Brigade carried out a precise strike on a Russian field ammunition depot. The operation not only destroyed large quantities of munitions but also disabled additional enemy equipment in the area, severely disrupting Russian supply lines. The use of fiber-optic drones allows operators to maintain close real-time observation while remaining completely safe, highlighting the increasing sophistication of Ukrainian drone tactics. Each strike is carefully calculated, demonstrating how even a small, highly maneuverable drone can neutralize critical targets that would normally require heavy artillery. This operation underscores the growing role of FPV drones in modern frontline warfare, combining precision, speed, and strategic impact. In the skies above the front line, Ukrainian FPV drones relentlessly pursue their targets. Within seconds, reconnaissance drones deployed by Russian forces are detected and eliminated one after another. The READ drone project brings together multiple elite units, including the Air Defense Forces, the Garpon and Pentagon teams of the 225th Separate Strike Regiment, and the CSAs led by Balu. Each drone strike is precise, denying the enemy crucial intelligence and leaving them blind on the battlefield. Over open terrain and across the forests, Russian reconnaissance efforts are systematically neutralized.